Hey there, Sinead Dunn here from the Extraordinary Mompreneur Community, and welcome to the Mompreneur Show, your weekly fill for tips, tricks and inspirations to help you build a successful life and business. And this week on the show, we're speaking to the very beautiful Joya Rose, who shares her tips with us around having the right mindset, having a strategic plan, and having a very strong messaging when you're showing up in your business. So let's dive in and get these tips. So, hi Jaya, thank you and welcome to the Mompreneur Show. I am so excited to have you here. Can you share a little bit about yourself and your family?
Sure, of course. Myself, like you said, I'm Jaya Rose, so it's so lovely to be here. Thank you for having me. I have a 3-year-old daughter, Ava, and a almost 20-year-old daughter, Becca. So they're 16 years apart, which is so funny. And I totally know what it's like to have multiple kids, and at the same time, I kind of don't. So I always look at people who have 2 or 3 children, and I'm like, I have no idea how you do that, because I had to have 16 years apart to make it
work. I have 5 children, so yeah. Crazy.
So you are one of those where I'm like, I have no idea. That is amazing and perfectly fitting that you have a mompreneur show.
Exactly, yes. So can you just tell us a little bit kind of about your work-life balance, and so how you do you have like help, childminders, cleaners, that type of stuff?
Yeah, I have a nanny who is actually my mom, but she is, we have an agreement. So she actually is my nanny, and she has been for Ava's whole life, which has been amazing. So I don't have any stress around, I knock on wood, I don't have any stress around like, where is she going to go? And I also really prioritize it. So even if I don't have a client one day, it's still a work day, right? So I have my set work schedule, and I don't try to cram everything in. I need a lot of spaciousness. It's just my personality. And I'm not very good at stress. Not somebody who thrives on stress or needs to be like worried about the next thing. So I make it as easy as possible on myself. And recently, that's how I built my business. And then I also built my business on 3-hour naps.
Okay.
Ava took 3, and she still does about 2 hours now, but 3-hour naps for like a year and a half. It's like 15 hours a week.
Oh my God, that's like,
you know what I mean? So every afternoon at her nap time, I just did everything. And that was pretty amazing. And more recently, my husband actually just quit his job so he could come home and support me and my business. Which is huge. So I basically have, I work about from 10 to 4 every day.
Okay, that's not too bad. And so you still have the time then to be with your family, your husband, and enjoy that quality time as well.
Yes, exactly. And I take an hour lunch break.
Yeah. So do you have help in your business as well then?
I do. I call her a CVA, a creative virtual assistant, which basically means she's actually like a life coach as well. So it's amazing. And she helps me with a lot of things. So strategy, or if I just have this idea, she'll help me talk it out, which I find is really valuable for me and my personality. I like that I have her to delegate to, but I also feel like I need that support in talking things out, where my husband is not quite as good as at that. So I'm happy. I need to pay somebody, right, to do that piece with me.
Totally.
And she does about 10 hours a week on the business, 10 or 15.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So for a mother that is just starting out in business, what would be a tip that you would give that you've learned kind of maybe the hard way to try and save them some like precious hours, time and money? What would be a top tip?
Yeah, one tip? Oh my goodness. It's funny. I do a weekly audio show, just a 10-minute audio show to send to my list. And I just talked about this today, so I'll give this as a tip.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when we're starting out and we have these big dreams, we're looking so far ahead, and we need to get into that feeling. And if we're using the law of attraction, we learn that. And I think sometimes a piece that's missing is the actual knowing that right now, before the big dreams materialize, before you have all the followers, before you make the huge income, that you are just as valuable right now as you will be when you have all of that.
That is so true and so
right?
nice. Yeah.
We
totally.
try to, and I've done it myself too, where I just thought, well, as soon as this happens and this happens. And I think that ultimately when success is right around the corner is when inside, you wake up, even if nobody knows your name, they're going to, because you're so valuable.
I mean, I was actually just speaking with my husband about this today about success rate. I mean, success means different to everybody. And I think we have to really, really enjoy the whole process of our business, no matter what, you're only starting out, but to actually enjoy the small successes as well, because when you are so far ahead, it's then little things that you look back at and say, oh my God, there's such a magical time in your business. Is these bigger, because it's maybe small to other people, but it's a big, massive accomplishment to you. So enjoying the journey as well is something precious that we should really all take time out to do.
It is. And that's a good reminder for any level of business, whether you're not making an income or you just hit the 5 figures or you're at above and beyond, we still need to remember that. And I would say that is something that that's a little different than what I just meant, the value piece, but the actual recognizing the accomplishments is something I have to be reminded of in practice.
Yeah.
Because
we're always looking at other people's.
And you get, when you're a go-getter, you are going and getting, and you're just thinking about how do I get there and what do I have, my tasks. Yes. And if you're a really hard worker, which I am, and you obviously are as well, you do get caught up in thinking about what you need to get done and do.
Yeah, true. So Jen, I want to speak to you as well about, you are absolutely amazing on camera.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love your live streams. Can you just talk a little bit about, because you do a lot of kind of mindset work around getting your message out there to people and spreading that and sharing that. And it's something that I know that a lot of mothers and women struggle with. So could you share some nuggets with us, please?
Yeah, about doing live video. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is so I work under 4 pillars in my business, and video is one of my pillars. The other 3 pillars are mindset, which is everything, right? Messaging and course creation. So my whole idea behind video is that you have your messaging really down and that you know exactly what it is, why you want to go on video and what you're trying to accomplish. And then that goes into the offer. So I teach my clients how to create offers. I would say how to create offers that sell. So whether they're one-on-one coaching or a group program or a digital program, when we actually have something to sell, that's when we're going to feel most motivated to build that following. We have to have people to sell to, right? So I guess what my point is just that I could just go on video and be awesome on video, but why would I be doing that? And when we have that foundation of a real business that you love and that message that you love to share and the ways that we help people already dialed out, then it makes doing video a lot easier. And I think I see people doing that sort of backwards. I know I have to get out there to put myself out and get my message out, but they're not super confident in their message. So that is kind of my number one tip, is to know exactly why. What is the purpose of each one of your videos too? The strategy behind, are you going into a launch? Well, about something, right? For example, I'm launching a beta round of a course called Rock Your Course Creation, where I'm going to walk people through how to create a group and digital program. So I've been doing a lot of live streams, free content that's really valuable, but about course creation. So when I go to pitch this beta round, it's, I've been gathering the people who are interested in what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like what you're saying, having a strategy and having a plan of why you're not just jumping on video just for the sake of it because that makes people nervous and stumbly.
Yeah.
Having a strategic plan. So can I just ask you as well, like, so you do a lot around mindset. What mindset practice then do you bring into your business?
I like just awareness. So that's the first and foremost. I mean, a lot of people have different, morning rituals, and I would say pretty much I suck at those. I will sleep until my daughter yells, "Mommy, I want to get up," and then I'm up. I have tried to do a morning thing, and it just doesn't work for me. So what works for me, and I think morning rituals are great, by the way. I think really more than anything, it's the awareness of knowing what works for you. Yes. And knowing, okay, if the morning practice doesn't work, then when are you fitting your mindset in? And for me, what I work on is self-talk a lot. And that's what I've been doing for at least 10 years now, because it falls so nicely into using the law of attraction. So I'm always noticing, well, how do I feel right now? And when I get that lower vibration, especially around something I'm working on manifesting, like a client or this program or going on video even, then I notice, well, what are those feelings? And I just have a conversation with myself around, why am I feeling that way? What are the feelings? Let's bring them out so I'm able to release them instead of just being hard on myself. So that's a big piece of it. Do you know what I mean? That that nice self-talk and the coaching. Like, I'm very much a life coach for myself. And I practice that. I practice what I preach. And that really works for me, having the ongoing. So it's not just one thing I do and then I'm off to go. But I love taking walks, and I love listening to podcasts and listening to music that pumps me up, and really just taking time for myself is a big piece of keeping that mindset that's a relaxed mindset. Yeah. That's not stressed out or anxious about what's going to happen, and then I don't even appreciate what is happening.
That's so nice. Yeah, that's a nice way of seeing it. So do you journal? Do you do affirmations? So what type of self-talk do you do?
I love journaling, and I always have I have about 3. This is one of them. This is a goal journal I use. And actually, I love this little tip too at the beginning of the journal. This is really fun. So,
oh my God, I do that.
Do you do that? This is my version of a dream board or vision board, because I just don't take the time to do that. But it does remind me of the things that I'm focusing on, right? And then I sit down. I do it 5 days a week. I try and do it every day, but I tend to get a little rebellious when I have to do something. So I give myself the space, like I mentioned already. But I do a very short journaling, and I talk about how I want things to be, and I talk about it in the present tense. And I actually just got this tip from Jen Scalia. I am taking one of her group courses, and it was a total game changer, because I was sitting down saying, this is going to happen, or this is how I want to feel. But instead, now I'm just sitting down saying, clients come to me in abundance. My soulmate clients are waiting for me to put myself out there so they can, take my offer or whatever. And I just list out exactly how I feel. I am so excited because I'm getting booked on my favorite podcasts instead of I want to get booked on a podcast. And it has been amazing. So shout out to Jen for that tip.
I've learned so much with journaling off Jen as well. I'm in the little Black Business book, and she does a lot around mindset as well. So she's taught me a lot about journaling as well. So shout out to Jen.
yeah, that's awesome. And I already had that practice, so it makes it easier. But I do think journaling is really powerful. And sometimes, for example, I got up and went in the hot tub this morning before anyone got up. So I did, and that was amazing. So the hot tub is really powerful for me. I'm very much like a physical person. So anything that makes me just sitting in the hot water, and then I'll do visualizing. I love visualizations as well.
Yeah.
And so then I didn't take my time to journal, but I was like, I did that practice.
Did something. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not rigid in every single thing that I do, but I
Yeah.
make sure that every single day I am doing something that works. I'm even listening to, as you said, podcasts, journaling, visualizing, affirmations. I do, I actually have, probably the past few months now, I actually recorded my own voice saying affirmations.
Oh, cool.
So the person I want to be and things I want to achieve, I actually listen to that, because I've done a little bit of research around this, and actually listening to our own voice is more powerful. Because we listen to our own thoughts mostly throughout the day. So if you want to change that inner subconsciousness, that we need to listen to our own voice. So yeah, that's another little tip.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yes, I love getting, like the same about Jen, getting tips off Jen. I love asking other women this, because we learn so much from each other, of little tips like that, of what each other does that we can incorporate into ours. So yeah, your turn.
And that is a huge piece of what I do on my videos. And I think why they're successful is because they are tips that we all need. But I do want to give one tip. I just gave this on just a regular post I did on my Facebook, but I feel it's a message that needs to be said. And that is that when we are reminding, so you just gave me an awesome tip, and I've actually thought of that before, but I didn't execute it. So it's like, that's a great reminder. But there is this way of talking about things that are probably going to be reminders for most people. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
And I feel like a big thing that's happening online is that people come in, and especially in the groups, and they're just saying stuff.
Yeah.
Like I call it like dropping your nugget of knowledge, just like, here I am. And so I think, that paradigm is gone, and that's not going to work anymore. And it is more about sharing. The way that you just shared that with me, I didn't feel like you were preaching at me or teaching me something that I didn't already know. You were sharing with me your own version of it. Yeah. And I think that that's something really valuable that we can do on video. That's
100%.
Right. It's, coming forward just as yourself, and hey, these are the things I do. And if you're already doing it, awesome. And I tend to have a way of communicating with my audience that I think really includes them versus putting them off or turning them off because I'm just teaching. And that's what happens to me when I hear somebody that's like, you should do this. And did you know that your mindset is the most important thing? And I'm like, well, yeah, Abby, I already know that. Treat me like an equal at the very least. Right?
Yeah, I think it's because what's happening a lot online as well is that everyone's preaching, you have to be a leader, and people are coming into the groups and they're trying to give that approach off. But it's, as you said, like, we don't want to be preached to. We want to share with each other and talk about our own experiences. And then you have your aha moment. Yeah, I know that. And it's just, it's the universe is giving you a little gentle, by putting this person in front of you, giving you a little gentle reminder saying, okay, you need to do this. You know about it, but you need to do it. And that's it. And I think that's why we all like Jen as well, is because, she doesn't come and preach to us. She tells us about our own experiences of doing these things. And then we have our little aha moments and stuff like that. So that's a great point.
It is. It's an important thing. And especially as it gets busier and busier online and people are trying harder and harder to stand out.
Yeah.
And I would say I don't do something special to stand out. I just am myself. And if I were to have a clarity call with a potential client, or a coaching call with a client, or get on a video and just talk to, an audience, even a cold audience, I come at that the same. And so that's sort of the question I would ask people. If you're coming into a group and just saying a bunch of stuff, is that how you would get on a clarity call?
Yeah.
Or would you have more of an open space? Like, this is who I am. Who are you, right? It's all a conversation, even if it's just a Facebook post.
Yeah. And that's one of the main reasons why I actually set up the Mom Show, was because of, I know when I personally started out, when I was like maybe going to a group as well and asking like a question I genuinely just wanted a little bit of help around, I was getting more responses in the sense of selling their service. I'm like, I'm just asking for a little bit of help. So I find by doing this, it's like we just get to share a little tip. There's nothing behind it. It's just actually genuinely sharing our experiences in life and being there and supporting each other. So that was what I love about this, because a lot of the moms that come on here, that's all it is. It's just genuine sharing and supporting each other. So
Mhm. Yeah, and I think that's ultimately what people want. We all want connection, and that's why we're on social media. Isn't that what social media is supposed to be for?
Yeah.
So if we remember that and use that inside of all of our messaging and our visibility, the way we show up, it works a lot better.
Yeah, it's just like what you said about you sharing your videos, you're actually sharing content, you're actually giving so much to people, that whether they buy from you or don't buy from you, they still get so much from you and they get a connection from you, which to me is like,
which is amazing. It's my favorite part of online business. I love that I get to have a business, and that it's, excuse me, but I really love that the business supports my life to the point where I get to give so much for free. Because your storefront, when you're an online business, is your presence on social media.
Yep.
And if, what kind of store would you want to be? Like one that's decorated and beautiful and draws people in? You're not going to just have nothing and then think people are going to come in and buy something at your store. We have to represent exactly what we sell.
Yes.
With ourselves. And that is the beauty of it. I feel like that is why I'm able to do it in a successful way, is because that just is my personality. One of my major core values is connection.
Yeah.
And so it gives me a unique opportunity to teach it because it is really needed. A lot of people do need to learn that. And I think it's just feeling comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
It's easier
in you.
Yeah, it's easier to connect with somebody when they're being vulnerable and genuine.
Yeah, more so, definitely. Yeah, I think anyone that I'm attracted to, I know that's exactly, they're just real, authentic, transparent, and just show up and just be them. And then you kind of help fall in love with someone that's like that. So
exactly. But I think the idea that we have to figure that out in some way is just not really true. I think really the keys to success in online business are very simple to me. It's declaring that you want to do it, deciding, investing in yourself with somebody who's doing what it is you want. So like that marriage, right? And then showing up and doing it and really being that person, being that leader. But I think a lot of people get caught up in like, they're not exactly sure what they want, but they're trying to be the leader and they skip the investing in themselves part.
Yes.
And it's a big problem. It's a big way to stall yourself out.
Well, it was like what you're saying. They don't really know their messaging. They're just taking on to try to do something. They haven't got a clue what they're really, really doing. They don't know what their messaging really is. So they're coming out with blah, 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 blah. And people can see through. I mean, as you're saying, having your messaging and having know what you want and what you're doing in your business is so important. Having the direction and just sticking to that and having a strategy and a plan behind what you're doing. And just making it up as you're going along.
Well, it's a business. It's a business. It's not a get rich quick scheme. The opportunity is that it can happen much faster than a brick and mortar business. It will happen faster because your reach is greater. But it's not a get rich quick scheme. And you can charge more because you're able to serve more people at one time. But that's it. It's very simple. It's still just a business with all the same pieces that you need: integrity and a business plan and oh my gosh, what's the word I just used? Investment. Block on that word. But investing, you're not going to start a brick and mortar business with no investment. So I think this is something that's really happening where it's like all these freebies that are like, learn to do your coaching business in 10 days or whatever. And we're missing the point that would you open a retail store in 10 days with no investment? No, it's just that when you actually do invest in yourself and you grow your business in a way that has a lot of foundation, then it will grow fast and you will get a huge return on investment. So true. Well, Joy, thank you so much for being here and sharing with us. It's been absolutely great. I've loved listening to you as always. Can you just tell us one little thing that is making you happy in your business right now? One thing that is making me happy, yes. Well, I'm going into a new direction a little bit, and I'm very excited. And yesterday was my birthday, so I feel like it's a new year for me. So I'm setting some new intentions. And the next phase for me in my business is speaking on stage.
Oh,
And I'm so excited. And I am booked to speak at a really beautiful event for conscious entrepreneurs in Canada next month. And
it's amazing.
I see it, and it's really juicing me up because I'm somebody who thrives on excitement. That's my core feeling that keeps me motivated is what I'm excited about. So when I wake up and I think, oh, I'm going to that next month, or I need to write that speech, that keeps me motivated. And then I'll do a better live stream because I'm excited about the other thing.
That's so exciting for you. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. And where can we find you online?
Well, my Facebook group is a great place because I like giving a little extra in there. Or you can friend request me, Jaya Rose, or are you going to link it?
Yeah, I'll put all the links.
Yeah, my Rise and Shine Sisterhood group is amazing. So that's a good place.
Perfect. Brilliant. Okay, so I'll put all the links below as well.
Okay.
Where people can find you. And again, thank you so much for being here. I've enjoyed this so much.
Yay, me too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
As a thank you for watching my video, I have a free gift for you. I know when I first started out in business, I struggled to come up with content. So my gift to you is Content is Queen Blueprint from inside Mompreneur Academy. And this is going to show you ways that you can come up with content ideas so that you can show up to be the expert that you really are for your business. And 2, it is a sneak peek of what is inside Mompreneur Academy and just how the Academy can help you build a successful business, a successful life, and a successful family. So what you need to go do now is click this button now. That's going to take you to a page. You are going to put in your email. This lets me know who you are and that you are interested in building a business and raising a healthy, happy family. And I can send you more valuable content. Then I'm going to send you over to our registration page. Here you will create your account. It will only take you about 10 seconds. That's going to create you an account on my membership hub. This is where I house all my free trainings, and this is where you will get access to all your trainings. So I look forward to meeting you inside your inbox, where I will show up weekly and give you more value and more content. Bye for now.